Hello, how are you all? I'm going to take you through this jingle that I've just made. It is a sung jingle in the style of the Hokey Cokey. It was requested to me by somebody who needed it. A radio station, obviously. And the guy's name is Kevin Smith. You'll know that because it's right in the jingle. So here is the jingle, finished.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show. Playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
So let's have a look. What have we got here? Let me start by muting all of the tracks. Right, there we go. They're all muted. Mad. So let's start with the instruments. We've got a kick drum right here. So let's start by unmuting him. That is your kick drum, which is obviously accompanied by a snare drum. I played those in on the keyboard using Native Instruments Complete. I will show you what that looks like. That is the piano right there. Not a lot happening there, is there? I imagine it's turned down or something. There you go. And on Complete, you've got all sorts of instruments, all of these different synthesizers here. And you've got basses and strings, drums. So, if, you know, for example, if I needed a drum kit, you give it half a century to load up. All of my sounds are stored on an external hard drive, so sometimes it takes a little while for them to come in. Because Native Instruments, the Complete Control, I think it's the Complete 12 I've got, and it's about 500 gig worth of storage, so you do need to have a massive hard drive on your computer, or you need to have yourself an external one. But this is all the sounds on there, you just play them on the keyboard. So, yeah, that's the drum section of the kick and the snare. And then, of course, you've got the hi-hats. There you go. And then we've got the tom drums, which just fill in down the end somewhere, I think. Where are they? There they are. Right there. And then we've got some guitar. This was again from the same instrument pack. We played this. It's like an offbeat strumming guitar sound. And then we've got bass right here. The bass goes through a bit of an EQ. Each instrument has an EQ on it, just to help mix them all together. This one's got a little bit of a low cut, a cut at 200. If you've watched my videos before, you'll see I love to cut at 200. Just makes everything sound a little bit more, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's move on. We've got some piano down here. Let's have a look at the piano. And that's that. We've got some horns. Bring those in. And then we've got offbeat piano. And as well as that, I've got this little fast piano that goes along with the offbeat. Excuse me. Oh dear. Wrong hole. Coffee's down the wrong hole. I've run out of milk, so it's black and it's not agreeing with me. Okay, now, vocals. Probably like yourselves, I'm an absolute shockingly shit singer. So I've got Melodyne. Again, if you've watched my videos before, you know I love Melodyne. I wouldn't be able to do sung jingles without it, to be honest. So, without Melodyne, this... Excuse me, idiot just mutes stuff and solos stuff. Yeah, without Melodyne, I've got a vocal that sounds like this.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
There you go. Okay, so with Melodyne, we've got this.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
And for those of you that haven't seen Melodyne, here it is right here. Each one of those represents a word, and each line across the grid represents the note in which it hits at. For example,
hey ho,
you can drag that up.
Hey ho,
You get the idea. Okay. I've then got another layer. I literally just copied, pasted, and then I, what's the word called? I dragged it up a few keys, notes, whatever you call it. A few notes.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
You can hear the sound, it's a little bit kind of cutting out. So, what's the reason? The reason is I send all of my sounds, well, all of the vocals are going to a bus. This is the bus for the vocals right here. It's got all of the effects on it. So each individual channel has got an instance of Melodyne to tune it because it sounds shit. And it's got a compressor. This is from Waves. It's in the gold bundle. I like this one. It's the R comp. Yeah, it then goes to the bus. On the bus, there is a noise gate right at the very top. When all of the vocals are sung through the noise gate at the same time, it sounds fine. It pushes the threshold, well, it pushes the sound over the threshold and everything's great. When you're playing just one track through it, it falls just a little short of the threshold and then it starts to cut out.
Playing all the songs on the radio.
Those lines there, right here, they represent the sound. This line here represents where it's going to get cut off. So anything below here gets cut off. Anything over here is let in. So,
hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show.
You can see every time those lines drop below this line, it starts to get a little bit choppy. However, when you send two through,
hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show,
it's enough volume to push it over. I mean, maybe if I was doing it properly, I'd put a noise gate on every track, but, you know, it takes time. Right, so we've got to this one. Now we're going to move down to this guy right here. We've got another one. So this is an exact copy of this, but I've dragged it down instead of up. So you've got this.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to...
That's quite quiet, but it's down to the way I've mixed it. I've got one pan left, one pan right. This one up the top is pan central. And then as we move down, I've got these little shouty parts where I've shouted over the top.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio.
And that's another one which I actually shouted that one twice. So there's one at the top, one at the bottom, one's pan left. One is pan right. So, altogether, you've got something that sounds like this. This.
Hey ho, it's the Kevin Smith Show, playing all the songs on the radio. You don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
Oh, and of course I missed this part here. There's a little bit of a coughing sound and a farty sound.
Don't want to listen to radio, cause it's a load of...
And that pretty much is the jingle. What else can I tell you? Oh yes, I've got a limiter set on the master output, so everything's nice and punchy in your face. Without that, it sounds like this.
Don't want to... Hey ho, it's the Kevin
And then
Smith
with...
Show, playing all the songs on the radio.
That just pushes the volume right up. It takes off the little peaks and it makes everything in your face nice and loud, just how you want it to be. And yeah, I guess that is about it. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.